All right, we're gonna check out the cash, but keep in mind, these have credit card readers on them, and a lot of the sales come from credit card readers. This is all we got. I'm just kidding. There's a bigger stack in there. Oh, look, I got a 5. Very nice. Let's see if there's any more 5s in here. Hey, I'm Brianna, and I hear you. You want a side hustle, you want extra money, or maybe you want to start a full-fledged business, but everything costs money. And don't get me started on inflation. Either way, I want to help you make some money. I've been in the vending business for 2 years now and have made thousands in it, so I'm going to show you how you can start with under $1,000. A vending business can be so rewarding, especially when it starts covering some of your basic expenses. I remember when my business started covering my car payment, and I was so excited about that. Everyone needs to eat, and the majority of people at one point or another, probably even yourself, have bought from a vending machine. While other businesses like restaurants have high failure rates of over 60%, the vending business has an 80% success rate, which is absolutely crazy. The margins are higher too, since you could sell product for over 100% of what you bought it for. For example, I get all these canned drinks for about 43 cents a piece, and I sell them for at least $1. So that's 57 cents of profit on each one of these, which doesn't sound like a lot, but when you're selling hundreds of thousands of cans, it really starts to add up. In addition to this, there's no one size fits all for vending machines. You can put candy, frozen food, ice cream, drinks, snacks, makeup, personal care items. There's a lot of potential in vending machines depending on where you have the machine placed. But there's some things I didn't know when I started that I wish I knew now. You can't just buy a machine and leave it somewhere. This business takes a lot more planning than that. You need to think about the products you're gonna put in, what kind of machine you're gonna get, where the location's gonna be, and how much you're gonna sell the product for. You gotta think about moving these things. Who has a trailer? Who has a lift gate? How are you gonna get them from place to place? And you also have to hunt locations. Not every business is just gonna agree. You're often gonna get 20 no's before you even get a yes. I would have actually avoided a lot of headaches, but it's good because you're learning from my mistakes and you won't make the same. Just for example, here's an issue I actually had with this machine, which is why now it's being repaired and not actually on a location. This machine was previously out of high school and they broke into it. Took a bunch of snacks. I had product at the bottom where there's an empty space. Powerades were gone, Gatorades were gone, and this latch right here that closes the machine broke. This is something I would have never imagined when getting into this business, but now you know. This machine is also currently not on location. It's a combo machine, but all of a sudden the drink part just stopped working. This big old silver box right here, we actually had to remove it to get to the source of the problem, which was a pinch wire in the back that we had to replace. And keep in mind, repairing these things is not cheap. Think about the specialty that goes into repairing specifically vending machines and who you have to find to repair this. That's actually one of the biggest money savers in this business, is knowing how to repair your own machines and learning. At this point, I know how to do basic repairs like change out a coin mech, change out a bill acceptor, but I'm also looking to get certified myself as a repair tech and flying out to do this just because it's gonna be so beneficial to know how to repair your own machines. All right, now I mentioned earlier getting a location, and this is often the hardest thing for most people, is just getting someone to say yes. Before you even buy a machine, you should already have a location. So some ways you can get that started is by email marketing, cold calling, putting your business up on Facebook, door knocking. You can also make a website with your own form to fill out and a Google business page. I've had the most success getting locations by going directly to the business, talking to the business owner or manager. Another way I've had a lot of success getting locations is with my Google business form. On Google, I've gotten a lot of reviews, and you can link your website there where I have a form, and I've had a lot of people actually just fill it out and ask for me to put a machine in. Now that's happening now, but initially that wasn't the case. And given that you're probably new to this, I recommend going on Google Maps first, looking at some of the biggest parking lots, because this is gonna show you where there's a lot of foot traffic, probably a lot of employees, probably a lot of people going in and out at these businesses. I would call ahead and ask if the owner or the manager was there that you could talk to about your vending business, and just see what they say. Normally, when I go in person and talk to them, I'll just ask them, hey, do you guys already have vending machines? If they do, I'll ask if they have card readers and if they're nice, and if they're keeping up with the machines. Sometimes vendors just don't keep up with them. And if they say they're getting a bad service, that's where you can slide in and maybe provide them a better service. And if they don't have machines, this is where you can pitch yourself and tell them why this is a great service for their employees, their customers to have snacks and drinks readily available to them. Also, side note, I don't offer commission at locations unless they ask. But most of the time they don't ask. Most of my locations, I don't pay any commissions. But when I do and they ask, I start at 10% and then negotiate from there. The highest I've had is 30%, and that location does really well, so it wasn't a problem to pay 30% for them. Now, where do you find machines for under $1,000? People will tell you Facebook Market, Craigslist, eBay, there's all kinds of places, but if you live in a big area, you're in luck, because usually there's warehouses in the area within an hour, 2 hours that you can order machines from. Now, how do you find these? You'll find these warehouses by searching up vending warehouses near me, looking on Facebook Market. A lot of the people on Facebook Market who are selling machines often have more or have multiple. Another option option you have is getting machines from vending.com. They have really low financing options at $99 a month. And there's situations where you can even get free machines. For example, with Coke, Coca-Cola has programs where you can get free machines from them, but they're gonna take a percentage. So do with that what you will. I also personally have experience getting free full-size vending machines like this. This has happened twice now, but I'm gonna tell you the first one, which was at a motel location. I got 2 machines. They were tired of dealing with them. And at first they wanted me to buy each machine for $500 a piece. They've been running this motel for years now, and having machines there and having to refill them, constantly stock them, maintenance them wasn't something they wanted to continue doing. So I rejected their offer, told them if they'd give them to me for free in exchange for a 30% monthly commission. And eventually they called me back after a week of silence and told me they agreed. So that's just one example of how I got machines for free and under $1,000. There's also things like a Sam's Club rebate. If you go to Sam's Club, they have the option where you get almost $5,000 a product. As long as you buy it from them, they'll give you the money back on that, which basically pays for the machine. And this is a great option if you're a new vendor looking to get started. Keep in mind, this isn't under $1,000 up front. I know that's what you're interested in, but I just like to throw the options out there just in case this is suitable for somebody. Technically, after all the rebates, you're getting the machine for free. Now, I made a lot of mistakes when buying machines. One of them being not buying machines that are card reader compatible. Now that I have multiple machines, I realize how important card readers are. Most of the time, most of the sales will come from card readers rather than cash. They were also super old and I didn't thoroughly look through them. You should ideally test every single selection before you purchase it and look through the coin mechanism, the bill acceptor, etc. One of the best things I did for my vending business was adding card readers, and that's where NIAX comes in. And if you're watching this and looking to get into the vending business, you can get 7% off with code Brianna on some NIAX card readers for your machines. For me, adding card readers increased my revenue by over 40%. That's $250 a month I wouldn't have made otherwise. These are easy to install and essential for your business if you want some nicer locations. And to continue growing your business, you can find NIAX in the description below. And remember to use code Brianna for 7% off your NIAX card readers. And if you haven't noticed already, while I explain this, we're gonna be going around to some of my different locations. This one is the hospice home, and I can't be loud, so I'll probably be whispering in there. Here it is in its glory. Okay, we need more Coke Zeros, more Dr. Peppers. All right, let's check the cash. All right, we're gonna check out the cash, but keep in mind, these have credit card readers on them, and a lot of the sales come from credit card readers. This is all we got. I'm just kidding. There's a bigger stack in there. Oh, look, I got a 5. Very nice. I'm putting in the fanny. Look, actually, we have more cash in here. We should talk about how having a fanny is essential. Yeah, this is an essential purchase. It's part of having a vending business. This is actually an example of a really good location because this is a hospice home, which means it's open 24 hours a day. And the longer it's open, the more time this has to make money. Actually, I recently installed the card readers on this one. And before I did, they had told me that someone with diabetes came up here trying to get a drink. It's not even funny, bro. It's not. It's actually... Hold on. Who called you? They called me. Someone with diabetes. Okay, let me explain. Originally, these didn't have card readers. I actually recently installed those, but before I installed them, someone had told me that there was someone trying to get a drink out of here to raise their blood sugar because they had diabetes and there was no card available. You couldn't pay with card, it was only cash. I think they ended up figuring it out, but I felt really bad about that I just didn't have that in the machine yet. I had just got them, so we got it taken care of though. Also, part of this business is looking professional. You see how I got the hat? You see I got the shirt. I normally come up with business cards, pamphlets when I meet these locations. So I think that's a big part in them choosing to work with you. It's just you looking the part. This is the fit check. Let's go. And quick disclaimer, this may take 10, 30, 40 no's before you get a yes, but that's how you learn. That's part of the process. I got a bunch of snacks in here. Unfortunately, what I have is not what they need. So typically I carry stuff in here that I often need. These ones, since I just put the card readers in them, I can now add in what each individual slot is, so I know what's out at any given time when you have card readers, which is an added bonus. But where do I get these? Most vendors get them at Sam's Club, Costco, BJ's, some of these big wholesale clubs. If you have machines with other stuff, you can typically find other products there too, like detergent, like protein shake, all the other categories for vending machines, which is really cool. Hello. Once you have the location, you got the machine, you got the product, now we need to optimize your business and figure out how to make you the most amount of money. Let me see. We are all out of number 50. Oh, okay, that one we do have to fill up. Let me see, what is that? That's the Cokes. Dude, both of them need Cokes. Man, those sell out so quick. We just filled it up. That's crazy. Let's pop it in here. So we got cooking up. Okay, that looks like a good stack. Oh, there's a 5. Let's put it in the back. We can get one more. Nope. 1.5, just like the other one. But while we're here, we're gonna talk about how you can maximize your profits once you have them placed, once they're in location, and once you have product in there. So a lot of these snacks, they weren't here originally. What happens is that I see what sells out the best, and then I'll take out the stuff that didn't sell and replace it with new stuff. That's the way you can maximize your business. For example, this didn't even used to be Cokes, but you see how the Cokes are sold out. That just tells you that's something that they need in this machine, and that's what's gonna make the most money here. But other locations, they don't even drink Coke. That's gonna be a lot of trial and error when you start out. Then there's also just keeping regular maintenance. I don't know if you see, but I like to keep my machine pretty clean. Some machines have a bunch of dust and dirt there at the bottom that builds up, but normally you wanna keep some cleaning supplies on you just so you're able to pick up, clean as you go, and wipe it down. Especially the glass in the front. You should get some glass cleaner and just wipe it down. You also have to have good customer service. This is something I've gotten really good at, which is why I've gotten a lot of reviews on Google. I'm really good at answering the phone, and if anyone has any questions or concerns, or if the machine takes their money for some random reason, I always try to Venmo them, refund them immediately. Oh, and when you're getting locations, you don't want this to be empty. Like this is a problem. We're gonna have to fill this immediately, because when you have machines that are just sitting there empty, that looks so bad on you. It looks like you don't keep up with your stuff. Part of making the most money from your machines is keeping them repaired. If they're broken, not working, you can't make any money. The other day, we had a situation with this machine. That's why it actually took money from somebody, because this laser down here was not working. This whole thing had to get unscrewed, and there was a wire that was not connected. Once it got connected, the laser started working, and this is what tells you when a drink actually drops. So what the machine was doing, since the laser didn't work, it was just spinning once and saying, oh, okay, yeah, you got it, and there was nothing there. So it ended up taking the money. But now we got it fixed. So what happens instead is when they try to get a Coke, it'll now say make another selection, which is perfect. All in all, it's definitely possible to start a vending business with under $1,000. But be sure to check out Nayax in the description below. Using code Brianna, you can get 7% off. And I have other resources in the description, like my free vending guide that I made just for you. Be sure to subscribe, because it is scientifically proven that when you subscribe, your net worth goes up. Don't argue with me, it's just the facts.